Hello, everybody. Taria Vision Avant here. Listen, I am so excited because today I'm going to be doing a presentation for each and every one of you guys. And yeah, man, I want to see how this goes. And so, listen, if you're watching me live, go ahead and drop your city and state in the chat. Drop your city and state in the chat as we get ready to get started here. All right, y'all let me know. So listen, anyways, today I am going to be talking about the topic of being an author. So many people, as you guys know, well, first and foremost, I work with authors. I show authors how to leverage their books so that they can get on more stages and make more money. And so right now the topic of the conversation is, so you have your book, but why are you not booked, busy, and banked? And so my goal at on this training is to show you guys how to do just that. And I'm going to give you some important information on what you need to do so that you can also take advantage of a gift. And yeah, and so y'all drop in the chat what city and state you guys are chiming in from. And let's go ahead and pull up my screen so you guys can see. Share screen. Let's see here. We're going to share that. And we're going to present here. Okay. And let me put that up onto the screen. So I'm going to do this one, and here we go. Okay, so everybody should be able to see my screen. And as you can see, the title of this presentation is You Wrote Your Book, so why aren't you booked, busy, and banked? This is a 15-minute training, guys. I promise you guys, 15 minutes we're going to go through this. And this is all about no longer waiting for the recognition, but absolutely getting recognized because you deserve it, okay? You deserve it. So let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name, again, is Taria, pronounced like Maria with a T. Taria Vision Avant, Bachelor's of Computer Science from Hampton University. I wrote my first book in 2012 titled A Vision to Freedom. And now I've written several books. I don't even have the count anymore. A lot of people are always like, how many books have you written? Child, I don't know. Hold on one second. I'm trying to time myself to make sure that we do this 15 minutes exact. So anyways, yes, 2 times TEDx speaker. I've spoken globally in over 10 plus countries. I am the founder of Book Profits Club, as well as helping authors to earn over $10,000 a month. In fact, I've helped more than 11,000 plus speakers and coaches to become published author. I also am the creator of the Author All Stars magazine and conference, highlighting 50 authors yearly. And also, the city of Atlanta gave us a proclamation recognizing December the 15th as Author All Stars Day. But just like many people that are watching this video, guess what? I've also had some challenges. So I like to share a little bit about that as well. A little bit more about me is that I'm more introverted than extroverted. Most people think that I'm an extrovert because I'm a speaker and a coach. No, I'm more introverted. I'm very to myself. I'm a big loner. But I do love the coaching space. I lost my mother to cirrhosis of the liver when I was just 11 years of age. I also lost my father to stage 4 lung cancer when I was 25. Now, God did bless me with another mother. Her name is Veronica. So I just want you guys to know that. A blessing, right? I was an unsuccessful entrepreneur from 1999 all the way to 2009 and that's actually when I started seeing success. In fact, I always like to say for 10 years, I was a tripreneur. I wasn't really an entrepreneur. I tried everything. I tried different things and I never stuck with it, right? Also, I am a survivor of depression and suicide ideation. I have gone through the ringer and God has kept me. And so I'm so grateful to be here. Now, this is why when I wake up, y'all, I am determined to accomplish something and stretch myself to become a better version of myself and also to be truthful. Like, I just like to be real with where I am. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm so grateful. If you guys are grateful, go ahead and put grateful in the chat. Now, why do I do what I do? Well, I told you all the great accolades, but what I started to notice with the 11,000 plus speakers and coaches who became authors, I started to notice that many of them were not making real money. In fact, authors did not know how to use their books as a business tool. In fact, research shows that many speakers and coaches will never even make over 10,000 a year. In fact, that statistic is even crazier. I'm going to tell y'all that in a minute. I interviewed 100 published authors and they revealed they didn't even know how to use their book to build a business. And so I am here to show you guys how to be able to change that. And so on this training over the next 12 minutes, we're going to go over some powerful information that I believe is going to change your perspective. And you also also will get an opportunity to get a free copy of my book if you follow the instructions, but there are some requirements, okay? Now, the harsh reality that is keeping authors broke. And I want y'all to understand when I say broke, I'm talking about capital BROKE. 80% of self-authors, you know what? You notice when I said don't make 10,000, y'all, they make less than $1,000 annually from their books. 80% of most self-help authors, and this is not a typo, this is facts. The truth is that many of them are not getting on anybody's stage, on nobody's podcast. They're getting no media coverage. They're really not getting the success that they deserve, the exposure that they deserve. And a lot of times we think that if I just keep posting on social media, how many of y'all can relate to that? I've been posting my book, I've been posting my stuff, and I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for that to happen for me. It's going to happen. The truth is that in many cases that may not happen until people are starting to talk about you. By the way, only posting on social media without sending out DMs, without speaking on stages, without getting on the podcast, guys, that is a waste. It is not going to work. I'm just being very transparent here. And then also many people have the challenge. They're trying to get on the podcast and the podcast ain't trying to get with them. Okay. And so I want to change that for you guys. Right. So let me see what y'all saying in the chat. What are y'all saying in the chat? I see y'all over there, y'all. Hey, the Winning Circle. How you doing? The Winning Circle podcast. How you doing? How you doing? All right, let's see. Kingdom blessings. Hey, Tyrone, how you doing? God bless you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. The rest of this, y'all. The uncomfortable truth about author success. Number one is that many authors are invisible and they do not know how to change that. Number two is they have no visibility systems. Again, social media is about 10% of what it takes to get visible when it comes to being an author. Okay, it's not the social media posting is not how you become visible. Getting on platforms is how you become visible, and then also having an amateur mindset, y'all. The truth is that your book, when you write the right book, should be used as a tool to help you to make more money. Specifically talking to those of you guys who are self-help authors, but even of those of you guys who are fictional authors, or maybe you have certain type memoirs or certain things like that, right? You still have to look at your book as a tool. It should always be something that's leading people to the what's next. When you look at 1% of successful authors today, they understand that their book is a business. Their book is a business card. Their book is what leads to the end of all things, right? So it's not just the book. I'm sorry. The book itself is not the business, but the book leads to the business. Does that make sense, you guys? And so even if you have a fictional book, I always like to use the example of Harry Potter for those who like to read, is Harry Potter considered sci-fi? I would say sci-fi. Or anybody who like to read as far as 50 Shades of Grey. Both of those books were it wasn't just one book. Also, it wasn't just a book. They were turned into into movies. I don't know if they were screenplays, but I do know that they were turned into movies. They were turned into movements. Many people do not create their book to become a movement, and this is why people are not making the profits they deserve. I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone write a book and they think that when they write the book, oh my goodness, this is it. My book is about to make me a millionaire. But the truth is that you have to plan out the purpose of your book that leads to more. Now, if you're ready to transform to your author journey, okay, you've got to build magnetic visibility. Now, how do you build magnetic visibility? Well, there's multiple ways that you can do it, but you definitely need to be specific in a niche. If you are talking to all people, you're talking to no one. And this is another big challenge because everybody thinks that everybody wants to read their book. Guys, if you do create a book for everyone, it is a challenge. Even the Bible is not a book for everyone. Do y'all know that? While it's still the top-selling self-help, it is still very niched to a specific audience. And so when you write your books, guys, you got to understand. I want everybody to write this in the chat. Niches get riches. Niches get riches, y'all. It's just point blank, period. Get booked on demand. You got to understand how to use your book so that people are wanting you to come and speak. People are wanting you to get on podcasts. People are wanting to feature you. The right book tailored to the right audience will do that. And I want you guys to understand, because a lot of times when we come up with the idea and the concept of the book, we're not marketers. We're not necessarily a marketing person. We just know I want to write a book that's going to help this type of person. Well, guys, that's where your girl comes into play, because where I have learned the gift and the gift, and I won't say the gift myself, I will say something that was given to me by God, is how to be able to use your book as a marketing tool. I literally wrote a book just to give out at a conference that I went to last month. And so then you also got to learn how to turn those pages into profit. You've got to build multiple streams of income. Guys, your book should be leading you to multiple streams of income. If your only goal is to sell the book, you're already out of business. The biggest mistake that authors make is they write a book to sell a book versus writing a book to sell. And I am ready to help you guys change that. Now, here's 4 tips that are going to blow your mind. You ready? Number 1, your authority website, please. And I say this with a capital Please. And people try to go against me all the time when I say this. Please stop using these third-party websites to sell your book, because it's easier. Guys, anybody that wants easier is not seriously wanting to make profit. I'm just being transparent, guys. I know that sounds a little tough, right? But the truth is when you sell on these third-party websites, they take your leads, they take most profits, and they repurpose your leads. They start selling to your leads that you sent to these third-party websites. You should have a website that can capture your leads first and then sales second. This way, you get your leads and you get your sales. Number 2, the fatal mistake. The 1% mistake. The 1%, the number one mistake that 90% of self-help authors make that keep them invisible is selling book versus selling transformation. We're so busy trying to sell the book instead of sell what the book transforms people with, how the book is going to help. But it honestly shouldn't even be the book. It should be beyond the book, the retreat, the coaching, the products, the services. People don't really buy self-help books because they just want to read them. They're looking for a specific transformation. So when you start to promote yourself, it's not promoting the book, it's promoting the transformation. The podcast magnet strategy. Y'all, your book, when you leverage it right, it should get you booked on many podcasts. But this is the thing. You've got to learn how to leverage all of the exposure that you have received, whether it be media outlets, other podcasts that you've been on, stages. I can't tell you how many times people that I see, they're speaking on a stage or they get interviewed on a podcast or they get on a media outlet and they're not repurposing that. They're not using that to pitch themselves for the next podcast. Have y'all ever noticed that, like, when a celebrity goes on like a tour and they start doing all these interviews, it's like they're on everybody's show. They're saying the same exact thing, but this is the thing. What other shows want is they want to interview what the other shows are interviewing. And so the same would go for you. You've got to be able to position yourself and show these podcasts that, look, people are talking about me. What if I could tell you guys that we actually have a way that's going to help you to be seen as an authority figure? When you're pitching yourself for these podcasts, you should be making sure that they know that you're a big doggone deal. And then the yes formula, guys, it is much more easier than you think to get people to say yes to you, to get people to say yes to have you on their stage, to get people to say yes to be on their podcast, to get people to say yes to be on their media outlet. You've got to know, number 1, what makes you unique? What separates you from everybody else? What is it that you're going to speak about that nobody else is talking about? Who is your niche? You've got to know how to be new and unique. Okay. Now, I want you guys to understand, I'm not just talking to you about theory. I'm not just talking to you about hearsay. This is real battle tested strategies that I have used over the last 10 plus years that have gotten me on some major platforms. But who would like more? Who would like me to help you to get your authority website, to get on the podcast, to get on the stages? If you would like help with that, I want you guys to type that in the chat. Put me in the chat. Yes, niches get riches. Niches get riches. Oh, hey, Tisha, what's going on, boo? Right? Niches get riches, y'all. Niches get riches. Absolutely. If you would like help with this, I want you guys to say me in the chat. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so convinced and convicted in what I do. I know that we can change lives. Amen. All right. So this is an example of my website that I send people to when I'm on an interview and they say, Taria, oh my God, your interview was great. Your tips were great. You're all this. How can we get in touch with you? I say, listen, I'm so glad that you asked me. I want to show you, if you're an author, if you wrote that book, not only how to have the book done, but how to get booked, busy, and banked. Okay. Because most authors out here, you're talking about 80% of them are not even going to make $1,000 this year. And so I want to change that. What you're going to do is go to howtospeakonmorestages.com. Whether the stage is a conference, the podcast, whether it's a magazine outlet, I want to show you how to do just that. And I'm going to give you the tips on what you need to learn to get started in that space. It's a 15-minute training, howtospeakonmorestages.com. They're going to say, oh, great, Taria, well, look, how do we get a copy of your book? I'm so glad you asked. When you go to howtospeakonmorestages.com, submit your name, your email, and all your details. And then on the next page, you'll also see where you can get a copy of one of my books, or if you get 3, you can get 1 for free. So you'll be able to get my compilation of what I'm going to be offering to you. And even if you don't want that, you just want the masterclass, you can do that. So you're going to go to howtospeakonmorestages.com. This is my page right here that upsells people to buy the book. Why am I doing this? Because my number one goal, whenever I'm speaking to an audience that has never heard of me, whenever I'm speaking to an audience who don't have their contact information, is to get their information first. Because how many of us have ever gone to a website to buy something? You clicked add to shopping cart and you didn't buy. Some of you guys right now on your TikTok shop, on your Instagram shop, on your Amazon, on your Temu, you have tons of items sitting in your shopping cart that you have not bought yet. But the benefit is that, guess what? They all have your email address. They all have your contact. And guess what they can also do is let you know, hey, we noticed that you have not yet bought it. My question to you is, when somebody goes to buy your book, when they go to buy your services, your products, do you have it set up where you know when they did not purchase? Hello? You need to get that done. Now, who wants to get a free copy of my book, The 10K Book? Well, this is my latest book. Well, it's not my latest. I got another one out, but this is one of the books that's going to show you guys how to turn the right book into a 5-figure per month business. You're going to learn the time freedom formula, automation success, revenue multiplication. However, the requirements are, number one, you can't be a BPC member. You cannot have already done a call with us. And you also cannot have been on my email list for more than 30 days. Okay. I like to reward action takers, not seekers, not watchers. I like to reward action takers. So I'm literally going to send you a free copy. And let me tell you how you get a free copy. All you need to do, and this is regardless if you're on the list or not, you still want to get on this. Number one, you're going to go to bpcinterview.com and schedule an interview with myself or my team. Okay. Just do it. Guys, if you are not making the money you deserve, if you don't have a system set up, if you know that you are being overlooked and you deserve to be on more platforms, guys, this is the time to take action. Okay. bpcinterview.com. We're going to schedule an interview with me or my team, and we're not going to, and on this interview, we're going to ask you a ton of questions, learn more about who you are, learn about your goals and things of that nature. This is the thing. I only work with serious people anyways. So we're not offering you to come join our program unless we see that it's a good fit. In fact, I don't even have a link where you can actually go to just join our community, because I'm no longer just bringing on someone who says they want success. Listen, 80+% of authors will not make $1,000 a year. That is a lot of reprogramming. And I right now am looking for those who are like, listen, I want to get to the next level. You might say, Taria, I don't even have my book yet. You don't even have to have your book done to schedule your interview. Okay. And guess what? The investment for this is $0. $0. So all you need to do is go to bpcinterview.com. You're going to also get a free copy of this book mailed to you. I'm going to mail it to you in the mail. Okay, as long as you are not a member and you have not already done a call and you're not 30 days on our list or more, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If this was great, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, y'all, if this was good for y'all as it was for me. If this was good, let me know, guys. Thank you, darling. The best book ever. I love it. Listen, y'all, what we're doing as well this month for BPC is we're designing your entire website. So when you join, you'll be joining into the program, but we will design that site. So the site that I showed you, howtospeakonmorestages.com, we're going to create one for you. And let me just tell you, the closing ratio is actually above average than most capture pages today. So we're getting people that are coming to that site and we're closing at a higher rate. Well, guess what? You're going to get the same opportunity to do that as well. Okay. So what you're going to do is go to www.bpcinterview.com. Well, it looks like I was able to get that done in 15 minutes. So I always like to test it out too. I like to test out my masterclass because this is actually my masterclass training, y'all. And so, yeah. And yes. Our goal is to help you to get to $10,000 a month, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. If you've been watching me for longer than a year and you are not at $10,000 a month and you have not joined the program, or if you joined and you're not active, I'm gonna tell you, most people that I see that join, even join Book Profits Club, people will join and be excited for maybe on average 2 weeks. And then life gets in the way. Guys, you have got to make a decision as we close this year off that you are going to, by any means necessary, stay focused. And this is the thing. Let me tell you how you stay focused. Not overwhelming yourself with trying to do too much. Those that are trying to do too much is very difficult. Like if you've been in business for longer than a year and you are not yet at six figures, guys, you've got to start making decisions where what am I going to do? What can I do so that I can stay motivated and inspired to do the minimum, at least the minimum activity over a long period of time? It's called the slight edge. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. Yes. Okay. Anyways, y'all. Well, God bless you. God bless you. Guess what? My life is life and too. Everybody's life is life. And you know what's the crazy thing about life is that nobody escapes it. I literally went live yesterday just talking about how I was not okay. I was having a day of days, horrible day, horrible day. And then on top of that, well, I didn't even share, I was having the worst back pain ever. Lost one of my friends we went to his funeral on Monday. And I was so disappointed when I got there. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I know that the number of people that he impacted. And I'm just thinking to myself, dang, I know the number of people I'm impacting. And number of people that he impacted. And it was probably a fraction of the people there. I was just so surprised. I was like, dang, to know that you do all of this for people and you've done all this, you know what I mean? And so on the day of, it's basically I spent most of my time. We spent the whole day with me and my friends. Like I actually went and spent the night at my friend's house, one of my closest friends. She's like family. I spent the night at her house and we went to the Fune together, me, her, and then another one of our friends that flew in from Florida. It's like we were like one of the original gangs that hung out together when we first moved to Atlanta. And then this was the guy, the guy that passed away. He was one of the first guys that basically took us in. He was like a big brother. And so when we went to the funeral, I was just like, dang, but we ended up spending a whole day together. It's now one of the positives is I did bump into an ex and he was looking real good, even though I am dating someone, but I like to say until somebody put a ring on it, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, so dealing with that. Then Tuesday, I didn't even have enough time to really kind of take it all in because of course that whole day I just spent at the funeral. So you didn't really get, I mean, yes, we cried and things like that. But for me, And just because I've lost so many people at a very young age, I don't consider myself super young anymore. I'm younger, right? I'm young, but not young. You know what I mean, right? I mean, lost my mom at 11 years old, saw her pass away. And I don't even talk about that. Lost my dad at 25 years old. Lost one of my best friends at 20, what? How old was I? Maybe 29. One of my closest friends. Then lost my grandma. I've lost so many people. So when people are like, when you go through loss like that, it's like it becomes, I don't even know. So then the next thing on Tuesday, I didn't even have time to really just recoup. And as an introvert, when you spend that much time with somebody all day long, you literally are drained. So like we didn't get home until probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we were out the house, what, 10 a.m., 9:30, 10 a.m. So we were outside all day. So I didn't even get a chance to recoup. So Tuesday, as soon as I come home, I woke up at 7 a.m. so that I could get on the Atlanta Black Chambers call. Then I got on another call. Then I got on another call. I was on a calls back to back to back to back. I didn't even stop to eat till 3 o'clock. Then went to go do something, came back, had more calls. And then Wednesday, which was yesterday, woke up with excruciating back pain. I'm just saying all of this that, like, at the end of the day, y'all, we all go through stuff. What we gotta pick up. Oh, and Tuesday night I get the realization, which by the way, I'm actually selling this for free. I'm not even selling this. You can get the Profits Planner for free. All you got to do is cover the shipping, because I've ordered 500 of these copies and it's missing the weekly portion of the planner. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to throw away 500 planners. I am just going to go ahead and give them away for free. You just got to pay for the shipping. And literally, it's the actual shipping. You know how some people say for free plus shipping, the shipping be like $20? No, it's literally what it costs to ship it. And I'm shipping it priority. So that was another thing. Imagine knowing that you spent 5,000 just printing, plus another several thousands of dollars on designing the planner, and the planners, you can't even sell them. $18,000 loss. And then I woke up with excruciating back pain. Like, what are we doing? So if I can keep pushing, you can too. And you gotta just take action, y'all. The thing about life is that, guess what? Every single one of us is gonna deal with it. And that's not even half of the stuff that I could tell you that's going on. But you just gotta wake up. And yesterday I was definitely not okay. But I was able to get that off my shoulders. Wake on up today. I went to the chiropractor. Oh my God, that did wonders. I went to the chiropractor. Oh my God, that did wonders. And then I went and got a massage afterwards, and they did a little thing on my scalp, like I just some kind of scalp treatment. That's why my hair is real stiff right now, honey. She was all in the scalp doing all of this. She had these little combs and stuff, child. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. The book, the planner is free. You're just paying shipping. So it's no cost for it. You just go to theprofitsplanner.com. You just pay for the shipping. It literally is 100% free. But remember, if you schedule an interview with us, you also get a free book too. But yeah, so guys, I'm telling you, life is going to life for us all. And you know what I also truly believe? You know what else I believe? I believe that when you have some of the biggest breakthroughs that are about to happen, you're going to be faced with the most obstacles. So even sometimes when I'm going through it, even though sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be dealing with these setbacks, I also know that, okay, once I just kind of it's okay. And I always tell people, it's okay to have a bad moment. And a bad moment should never last longer than a day, but you better snap back and get it together. So yesterday I decided that I wanted to be in a bad moment. And I wanted to, I didn't cry. I didn't cry or anything, but definitely was feeling it. You know what I mean? And I bounced out of it. Snapped out of it. Taria, wait, come on, girl. We got things to do. All right. Let's go. So we can have bad moments. And guess what? Every single person, nobody is obsolete from the lifing. It's a guarantee. Now, of course, everybody's is different. Everybody's is different, but we all are going through it. We all go through it. We are all going through it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. We are all going through it. All right, you guys. Well, God bless you all and have a wonderful night. I hope, did y'all like the presentation? For those who are still watching, I hope you did. Because that's about to be the free master class. Yes, honey. I'm going to go into, of course, I'm going to give a couple of different additional tips. But yep. Yes. Ooh, I like this. I say, get your free book today and get booked today. Yes, honey. Ain't that cute? I say, so you got your book, but you're not booked. Uh-oh. Shots. Oh, appreciate and love you back, Tisha. Love you back, boo. Hey, wonderful Davidson. God bless you. All right, y'all. Let me get on up out of here. Bye, y'all.